What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing tonight? See who's in here. I'm waiting on Josh right now, just to give you guys a little heads up. I'm sure he'll be here any second, but he's not here yet, so we'll see. Hopefully he's here any second. I just sent him a message. I was sort of trying to wait for him to get here before we started it, but I didn't want to hold everybody up. We haven't been here in a couple weeks. It's good to be back. Give a shout out to everybody in here. What's up, Chad? Go Birds. Hey, I'm just saying, football season is coming. It's not too far away, and we looking good. But now I'm in Florida. Don't forget. So, you know, the Dolphins have always been my second team. Just know that. Not that they're going to do anything, but, you know, just a second. But what up, what up, what up? Hope everyone's having a dandy day. Hopefully Josh shows up sometime soon. Obviously, you know, we spoke earlier. Ross should be here about 9. We were going to do 2 hours tonight because it's an off night. So, that being said, it's good to be back. You know, the last time we did a live, just to give you guys a little, let you guys in on the reason why I haven't been here in a couple weeks. The main thing is YouTube have pulled a post. So, I do want to make it known that, you know, nothing is for sale. Everything we talk about here is hemp, which is all federally legal under the 2018 Farm Bill. Nothing is for sale, if I didn't say that already. You know, but everything we're going to talk about tonight is these guys' work. Let's just put it that way. We'll talk about Josh's latest stuff, and he just sent me a message just now, so it looks like he should be coming in any second. But I did want to start the night out like that, like I said, just because whether somebody was upset, it's very possible it was the Sin City stuff we spoke about. But hey, Sin was on here to tell the truth, you know, how he felt about the whole toe venom thing. Not even going to go there with it. It's just possible that somebody was upset and reported it. I don't know. It is what it is. But Josh should be here any second anyway. Hope everybody, you know, had a good last couple weeks. We're getting into the summertime right now, especially where I'm at. It's hot. It's already hot. But let's go. What up, Ricky? I see Josh in here right now. What up, Nobody? What up, Full Circle? What up, what up, what up, what up, No Name? What up, Sledge? West Coast. What up, my brother? What up, Me Turn? Carl, what's up? Blowing Trees, let's go. I'm going to bring Josh up right now. I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's in here. YouTube is. It is. So, like I said, that's one of the reasons, you know, and like I said, before I bring Josh up, I just want to let you guys one more time know everything we talk about here, you know, nothing is for sale. We're here for educational, informational purposes only. You guys know, you know, basically what we talk about is there's a reason that we're talking about it, and we're going to talk about Josh's newest stuff. We're going to talk about Ross's newest stuff, and that's going to be it tonight. So we're going to go 2 hours tonight, it being Thursday. You know, we're not going to have 3 hours tonight, so get your guys' questions in. I'm going to bring Josh up right now. And unusually cold this year in Michigan. Well, Josh is in Michigan, so let's bring him up right now. Let's go. What up, my brother?
Hello. How's it going, everybody?
Wait, let me see if I get. Wait, is my volume down?
Is my volume on?
I can hear you now. Now I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
But yeah, what's up, everybody? So I say, you know, let's get right into it. Let's talk a little bit about what you got going on, the newest stuff, and then we can get into answering some questions and whatnot.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Yeah. I've been busy this year with drops, beating that late season law change, whatever happens there. We've got all of our seed stock out as best as we can this year. So the latest one we did was I called it the F13 and Friends drop, with the feature being the F13 collaboration with DJ Short. That is a male-female line, and it's from one of DJ's most treasured seed lines. F13 is a specific phenotype of his original flow line. So it's the high-end, high-resin really uplifting, energetic, almost trippy, spiritual floral line. Very Haze leaning. Very much on the sativa side, but very quick for a sativa. Most of the phenos are in that 8 to 9 week range.
And
so F13 was one of the main ones that we focused on. The other feature was the Dogstar box set, and the Dogstar box set is a cool project that we released where we did a reciprocal cross. We used Chem 91 and Bluestar, and we did a cross with Bluestar as the mother and Chem 91 as the pollen donors, being that these are all feminized lines. And then we did the reciprocal cross where Chem 91 was the mother and Bluestar is the pollen donor. And then along in that box set is a pack of Chem 91 S1s as well to compare the traits of the offspring, how maternal traits pass on in offspring. So you can grow both of them side by side and see the influence of the Chem and the influence of the Bluestar, and then have the matriarch, the 91S1, grown beside them as well to compare. Really cool project that I'm happy to get out to the public. It was a lot of fun to do and to grow, and there's some amazing plants to be pulled out of there. Very, very high keeper ratio. A lot of Chem dominance. You get a lot of sour diesel and blueberry and Afghan. And then one of the unique standout phenotypes that popped out was a cocoa tinged Chem diesel phenotype.
So like a chocolate?
Yeah, like a chocolate diesel. Yeah. I think some might think towards like GG4, that sort of profile.
Yeah. Coffee, chocolatey in there.
Yep, very cocoa dominant, actually. So it's not just super rich and sweet, not super roasted, just straight cocoa flavored with diesel driving it on the back end. And then the other ones we had in the newest drop is Midnight Mocha. That's a fem cross of... give me a second here.
I got it right here. I'm looking also. I'm going down the list as well. So it looks like
Bubba Kush to
Bubba Kush, which makes sense. The Mocha, right?
Yeah, this one, I try to keep the names tied to the lineage or towards the what it tastes like or the effect.
So you don't want to put out something that you call like, blue, whatever, and it not taste like it. I like it.
Right. Or it's just a random name. Generally speaking, it's not random. It's tied to lineage or something that after smoking it, that effect made me feel. I use music to let my naming be influenced as well. So Midnight Mocha, true to the name, has those roasted coffee flavors and chocolate cocoa flavors with a lot of diesel on the back end. But very Kush dominant, more so than diesel. So you got the earthen flavors mixed in with the roastedness.
So I see that question. I guess Yo Dark, is DJ still putting out? Wow, I guess that's a little bit of a question in there. Like he didn't know. So if you want to touch a little bit about how you and DJ and what you guys have going on as well for the new people in here. I know this is something that we talk about every time, but
sure. Yeah, absolutely. I work with DJ directly, and DJ does stay busy with his own projects. As far as I know, he's constantly doing something, breeding something or testing something. And then we do projects together where he gives me his genetics and his parent plants. And I've been putting them into feminized form for the last 5 years or so. We did some male-female crosses together too, like the F13 is a male-female cross. But it's been an honor to put a lot of those genetics in female form since DJ doesn't really have interest in doing that himself.
And these were one of the first times I know we did the 98 blueberry. I think it was the F4. So that was, one of the most recent drops, and that was one of the first times the blueberry from him was released in feminized form, I believe.
Exactly. Yep. Just a couple drops ago, we dropped the 98 F4 blueberry projects with the 98 F4 blueberry breeding mother as being the main focus, and then a bunch of outcrosses to some, cool old classics and some slightly newer elites. And the blueberry feminized project was a really, really cool one. It really stood out, where DJ's F5 male female line is really stabilized and you get one dominant offspring. It's really hard to find uniqueness. You just get, consistency with the stabilized IBL. Going back into the F4, we thought there'd be a lot of stabilized offspring as well, but it really surprised us that we saw parental traits going back to the beginning of the breeding work. So there was like chocolate tie, blueberry sativa, Oaxacan phenotypes, along with great multiple blueberry phenotypes. Juicy fruit was kind of the theme of the project, where we used a juicy fruit S1 from the 98 stock back to the mother to make the cross. So there's a lot of blueberry and juicy fruit that comes out. And another fun surprise were about 20% of them were long flowering blueberry sativas. So most of the blueberry stock is indica dominant in physical expression and flowering time, but it has that really relaxing irie. Some people maybe call it a sativa type effect, but it's more of a relaxing vibe instead of being driven towards zippy or high energy or towards couch lock or sedation. DJ bred for relaxation to reduce anxiety, I would say. So 80% of them have that indica physical expression where they finish in that 7 to 9 week range, and then there's a 20% that like to go 10 to 12 weeks and express the old blueberry sativa that I think people are going to fall in love with again.
And okay, so you talk a little bit about the Bluestar, and I do want people to know what that is, because that's sort of the what everything's built on and around and with and cross to at this point. So I do want to talk a little bit about the Bluestar itself.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Thanks, John O'Clair Jr. We're just talking about the Bluestars. He just brought up the floor Bluestars, which is my first Bluestar backcross line. So to touch on the story of Bluestar, I met DJ back in 2014 and bought a few $1,000s worth of genetics and went home and went to work and started doing a bunch of breeding and pheno hunting, and did a project to make a long story short, did a project where I took 10 individual blueberry females that I had reversed down from 60 or blueberry males, blueberry dominant males, where I started with 60 males and then dropped down to 10 after reversing them to see how they would grow and what traits they may pass on in female form before I bred with them. So I took those 10 top males out of the 60 that I whittled it down to and made individual crosses to my control plant. At the time, my female control plant was Death Star, so sour diesel and Afghan. And then I tested all 10 individual crosses and just looking for unique standouts, but really, really trying to drive the most pungent, flavorful blueberry that I could find. And that's what popped out was my Bluestar line, which is my grail to this day. It's a full flavored blueberry pie dessert wine to the last toke of the joint. You taste full on blueberry from the first toke to the last toke. And it carries that great euphoria from DJ's blueberry, but it also has the powerful soaring sour narcotic high from the sour diesel on the Afghan side as well. So that's a little bit about the baseline of where I started with my genetics, and what a lot of my genetics are based on is that Bluestar line.
So good. Right. All right. So here, I'm going to put that up there. I guess that's to you. You might know what that's about. I don't know, but I'm going to put it up there. So
can you say have fun raiding the castle? I don't know exactly what he's getting out there, but all right.
Okay. I thought maybe it was I have no idea. So
it probably is. I just forgot it.
All right, let's go.
The flow. I love it. I love it.
Puffing the flow. DJ is a legend.
Yeah, all those flow lines are very anti-anxiety. Some people really consider them the pinnacle of anxiety reduction.
And that's, when you say sort of like sativa E or like a sativa and
Yeah. So,
anxiety
so,
reducing, it's
so
like,
to break down flow real quickly, what DJ was doing there was he took some of his favorite heirloom strains that he grew up with and started breeding and started stabilizing because those old land races weren't they were very hermaphroditic and a lot of off phenotypes. So he had bred those down into more stable forms and for better quality of smoke. And so he loved those sativa effects from. He worked the chocolate tie and Oaxacan gold together and made purple tie. I think it got dubbed Oregon purple tie at some point. And then that purple tie he crossed into an Afghan. I think this is around 78 to 82 or something like that. And the goal of using the Afghan was, and he used the Afghan as the male, and his purple tie is the female. And the
wait,
goal was
78 to 82? Is that what you just said?
somewhere around that time frame, yeah.
Really?
And,
I didn't realize. Okay.
yep.
Interesting.
And that's when he noticed the indica started flooding around North America was late 70s for him is when he noticed it. And he talks about a lot of his contemporaries using the indica female and the sativa male. And he went the opposite route and used the sativa female and the indica male. And I think for the reason being that it's much easier to hunt in the offspring the female traits than the male traits because the female you know what you're working with because you smoked it ideally and that's why you selected it to use to breed with is because it stood out to you and so he shortened up the flowering time with that indica and hunted the sativa effects that he loved, the relaxing high, the anxiety reducing effects, and shortened the flowering time to where it would finish here in North America. So you can finish it, by winter time and it not still need, months to go like all those tropical sativas really need. They don't
Right.
grow well in North America. They need to
Right.
be hybridized for the most part, or you need to, tame them indoors or with a greenhouse somehow.
Right. Or somewhere like down here, maybe where I'm at, like very South Florida.
yeah, maybe you're far enough down there where it could work. Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Blueberry juicy fruit sounds delicious. It is.
Yeah, well,
delicious.
I did want to talk a little bit about that because blueberry juicy fruit and the next one, because I know we do have, we did the juicy fruit Kush. I feel like that sort of leads into we can talk a little bit about that, and then we'll start to go back through. I would like to go, Frankie's, the Holy Haze, the Diesel Star,
get back to the new drops. Beautiful.
But I feel like we can touch a little bit on that.
Sure. Since we're on the blueberry and the juicy fruit, so that juicy fruit pheno that we used for the feminized lines is straight from DJ's 1998 F4 blueberry female, the same breeding female that he's used since 1998 up until currently. He still does it, and that's what if you buy the F5 male female stock, that's the female used. We just isolated that female and kept it in the F4 generation. And it was really hard to get pollen out of that. So we, after 3 tries, I got 50 seeds. I mean, I was expecting like 50,000 seeds. And we got 50 seeds. So not enough to share or release to the public for anybody. So I hunted that stock and found a beautiful blueberry juicy fruit leaning phenotype and reversed that one back to the mother, and that one dropped plenty of pollen. So we got good seed stock, and so we got a good seed release for the public for the F4 blueberry feminized. So that being a juicy fruit dominant, blueberry dominant pheno, we crossed that to several things, and quite a few of them really expressed the juicy fruit side extremely well. And which a few of those, the OGs really, the Kushes really paired extremely well, where you got great OG Kush phenotypes, that rip in pine fuel pledge phenotype, but the other half of them were straight candy, juicy fruit. There was hints of blueberry, but juicy fruit really came out with the OG Kush crosses. And we did 2 OG Kush crosses. The original Josh D OG Kush, which we called Juicy Fruit Kush, JFK. And
Right.
then the other OG Kush Pinot we used was the Hollywood Pure Kush cut, which we called the Hollywood Blues. And that's got extreme juicy fruit phenotypes in it as well, like the sweet candied marshmallow and juicy fruit mixed in the Hollywood Pure Kush cross. Other ones that really expressed good juicy fruit from those crosses were the bubblegum, which was a small batch. The S2, of course, because that was a cross to itself of the juicy fruit, which we only had like 50 packs of each of those. They went so fast, and they were in such high demand that I decided to go ahead and bring those back out. So I'm going to be breeding some more of that S2 and some more of the bubblegum.
The bubblegum. I feel like those.
We called that one Blueberry Bubblicious, and it's so rewarding when you make a cross and the offspring are better than the mother plants. So like I can clearly say when I crossed the Indiana bubblegum to DJ's F4 blueberry, like the bubblegum is vastly more flavorful and aromatic and enjoyable than the old IBG mother. Now, not cracking on the IBG mom, it's just when you get 30-year-old parent plants, they don't really probably produce like they used to when they were first popped off, and they go
which was like the 90s. Like we would get the bubblegum way back then.
Yeah, and it's hard to get it dialed in and really popping like it used to be. So these offspring nailed it. They're definitely better, consistently better than the parents. You get great bubblegum. I got a few clones I'm letting go of that from the pink bubblegum, but the blueberry bubblegum is out of this world. People are going to love those. And then those are the main ones where the juicy fruit really popped out. We did quite a few other crosses, but other expressions came out more like grape and blueberry mixed in with like the Chem D cross. And then the Navy cross stayed really grapey and heavy on the diesel side.
And then the Stoneberry, the Hollywood Blues. Yeah. I think those were both part of it as well.
Blueberry grapefruit is another one where the juicy fruit really came out. And another one where I just talked about the bubblegum, where the offspring are clearly better than the parents. Like same thing with that blueberry grapefruit. Straight up like the best grapefruit I've ever smelled and tasted. I'm smoking one right now, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Like I would say that the pairing of the type of high was really, really good in both of those too. I would say the bubblegums are a little more indicating and relaxing, where the grapefruit's very relaxing too, but more, I say the grapefruit's more daytime sociable. Instead of the bubblegum maybe being a little more couch locked.
All right. So what have you seen it? I'm just going to go through some of these questions. He was asking if you've seen the snow cap. Hasn't seen it, in a long time. I have not.
I don't know what snow cap is. Sorry.
Okay. Let me see. What do we got?
Yeah. Good use for the flow. Yeah. Can chill, stay clear headed. Yeah, it's great for socializing and partying too. Blueberry's still the same way. Blueberry's just got a little more power behind it than the flow, I feel like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the bubblegum. Oh, well, he'll let me know when it comes back, I'm sure.
Yep.
Because they went so fast. They did. They went so fast.
Yep, I'm getting ready to make him, so we'll see. We'll see. I've got to test him. So that's 8 months or something like that. That's the quickest it can get done, I think.
All right, so what lights are you using? Had he noticed different structure and terps under different lighting environments?
Well, I'll say that different lighting, you need a different environment for the different lighting potentially sometimes, especially when we're talking HID to LED. Like what I can share from my experiences are the HPSs, because they put off that radiant heat. The rooms, you typically want to run them cooler than the LEDs. to counterbalance that. So an HPS room, I think a lot of people run them, 75 to 80 degrees, somewhere around there. And then when you get to the LED room, because you save that energy and the heat that they don't produce, but that changes the radiant heat that used to go down on the plant from the HIDs. So with the LEDs, I think typically to drive transpiration, I think they like to be closer to 82 to 85 degrees, and that's what I've learned. And so check your leaf surface temperature too. 82 degrees is what you want to shoot for roughly on the leaf temperature surface, no matter what light you're using.
There you go. What's the flowering time on the OGs? So the one we just spoke about. What will be the flowering time on that?
The flowering time on the OG blueberry crosses are between 8 and 10 weeks.
Okay. And then we'll get back to talking about these. So I've been wanting Femme Blueberry forever. Midnight Mocha sounds heavy. Out of all the new Bluestar crosses, which one's your favorite? I mean, this is always what happens all the time.
Man, it's always Bluestar for me. And the latest release of that, I don't think I've dropped anything pure Bluestar since the 4 Bluestars line. I do have, and that's a back cross. And I do have a second back cross in testing where I've already ran a preliminary 5 or 10 plants, and I already found a couple keepers out of that small amount. So I fired up another 100 of those right away. And once I get done with that secondary test, I'll release that second back cross. But let's see, from the newest drop, what really stood out to me, like if I release them, they're really special. That means they're equal to or better than the parent plants that we used. So that's why it's kind of like what mood you're in, and what you gravitate towards, right? So what turns you on, flavor, effect, and aroma wise? For me, it's the blueberry and the sour diesel, and I breed that in a lot of the things that we got. What do you have that list? Do you have that list, Chad? Do you have that list, Chad, of the newest lines?
Yeah, I'm looking at. I keep going back to it right now. So we have here. I'll go down it, and this will be the next thing we talk about too. Will be the Frankie's Holy Haze, but it goes. It's the Midnight Mocha, the Frankie's Holy Haze, the Diesel Star F3, the Bluestar Moonshine Bliss, and I'm not sure I'm getting into the older drop, but then Sharp Star. So then Blueberry Apple Cobbler. So I think that's it right there.
Okay. So that Bluestar Moonshine is really, really special. It carries all the delicious traits of my Bluestar and the power and the potency and the flavors of DJ's Moonshine, which the Moonshine is DJ's Blueberry, just towards the high resin hash plant side. So the more indica dominant, slightly more stony side to his work. I think a lot of the people that grew up and with the blueberry and talked about the potency being really powerful knockout, I think the Moonshine might be that part of the line is probably what they're talking about. So that one really stood out to me. It's heavy Afghan influence, so you get a little bit of the putridness of the Afghan, but the blueberry flavor just shines right through. It's mesmerizing. And then you mentioned Diesel Star, and so Diesel Star is my pure Bluestar lineage. It's an F3 taken from a separate F1 pull from my Bluestar mother. This is a sour diesel Death Star dominant phenotype, much tighter structure than the Death Star. More diesel structured, I would say, than the Death Star has a lot of the sour structure, which is a larger medium density to it. So Diesel Star is the pinnacle of diesel that I've found. It's the pinnacle expression. It's more diesel than any diesel that I've had, and I can roll through all the old diesel cuts. We've got them all, like the 91, the D, all the best OGs that we love. Original diesel. It just goes on, and the Diesel Star is the high end of diesel aroma. It's
where it's at. That's what it sounds like. I mean, the Diesel Star.
There's Bluestar for the blueberry sour diesel side, and there's.
I'm saying you can tell by the name, like you said. The name should say. So this is Bluestar, Diesel Star. Like That should be it
Yeah,
right there.
there's no doubt when you pop the jar open, everyone turns their head, and it's just it just lights you up. Yeah.
um,
Hints of lime, mushroom, and just diesel dominates it. We call it rocket fuel sometimes, just because it's pure fuel. So that's probably one of the ones that I'm most into because it's my pure Bluestar lineage, I guess. Whoever was asking what I was into most here lately. Midnight Mocha, for the person asking that question, is a cross of Bubba Kush to Bluestar. It's a feminized cross, uh, where Bubba is the female, but you don't get any of the slow vegging, short squat, low yielding Bubbas. They are all medium stretchers, and much higher yield from the Bluestar side. But you get heavy chocolate roasted cocoa phenos, and then you get the ones that have the blueberry influence, like that blueberry seltzer, blueberry spritzer on top of the Earth and Kush. That's mainly both sides of the mocha right there. And the Bubba came from my buddy Stoney before he passed, and
yeah,
I can't remember honestly. We talked about like he's good friends with Kat. He was good friends with Katsu, and so it could have been the Katsu's cut. But then I was asking him shortly before he passed which one it was, and he I think he said pre-98, but then he told me that he thinks they're both maybe the same. So whatever that's worth, I've got pictures of the old Bubba cut. It was a little slow grower and real tiny bud sets, but very unique, dank Kush and coffee.
what up, Ray? I met him at Wawa. We walked in the Wawa, had a DNA shirt on. He said, "Is that DNA?" And we talked, man. I just met this guy the other week, so told him to come through the show. What's up, Ray? Hell yeah. All right, so we talked a little bit about. Oh, we didn't talk. Let's talk a little bit about the Frankie's Holy Haze. I feel like because I think that I remember. I know we spoke about this before, I believe, but I want to know the Simply Irresistible again because it sort of slipped my mind to what that is exactly. So
Simply Irresistible is a cross made by Chimera, which it's he called it Frankie's Incense Haze, which is a haze that he'd collected from a friend who I think it was named after him, so his name was Frankie. I think that's where it came from. But it also is the frankincense phenotype. It's that incense haze phenotype. And he had crossed that into Sweet Skunk number 10 clone, a famous Canadian Sweet Skunk clone. It's heavy on the citrus side. And on the Simply Irresistible, the haze dominated. There are some citrus notes, but we found the most amazing incense haze, frankincense dominant. It's still one of my favorite hazes to grow and smoke. Highly recommend that line if it's still out there. Then crossed into Bluestar to make it feminized, and the haze still dominated. You get a lot of the haze structure. I'm sure if you guys check out some of my pictures on IG or whatnot, that you'll see that beautiful foxtail loose large cola structure. Some phenotypes go blue, purple. A lot of them stay green. The green ones are a little brighter in aroma. Both of them are heavy on the church side. When you get onto the blue purple side, you get hints of the blueberry, and you get hints of like that musky church smell. You stay on the green side, it stays really bright frankincense with probably the citrus side driving it. I gravitate probably a little towards the green side, but both of them are extremely dank. That's definitely my favorite haze of the last 10 years or so.
yeah, I'm interested in that, man. I love the hazes. I'm from like down here really, and the haze was just a big part of me growing up down here. It just was. We had like the super silver haze, the silver haze.
Yeah,
and that's definitely like one of my favorites. It just is, man.
Yep, just a great high. I mean, when you breed for a quality high, it shines through. Those are the ones. Those are the ones that stand around and last last the test of time. You know, you see a lot of things come and go, the new flavor hype of the days, and man, there's still blueberry and skunk and haze and
Yeah, and I feel like that's like
those are going to be those have been here
that's
for
it. That's where it's at. That's like for people that don't know, you know, I'm a little bit older than probably Josh even, I think. And back down, you know, back here, like where I grew up in Florida down here, pretty much the blueberry, like that was one of my first loves was the blueberry. I mean, obviously I followed the dead and we got all kinds of flower, all kinds of different things on Dead Tour. But the blueberry, the bubble gum, those are me being 18 years old, being like, oh, never knew that something like could smell like, you know, like really like blueberry. And the bubble gum was, I say this a lot, but it was just the bubble gum was the bubble gum, but the haze. The haze was it because you could smoke the blue back then, you know, because you could smoke the blueberry, you could smoke the bubble. But for some reason, you got to that point where you're like, okay, and that's when you smoke the haze. And no matter what, there was no ceiling to it. The haze was just fucking, you know, just so good. So it's near and dear to me. It just is. I love, and the blueberry as well. That's why I love that Josh is doing what he's doing. Because, you know, I've had the pleasure to hang out with Josh multiple times now. One of the first times, I believe, was at Breeders' Ball. And that was one of the first times in a long time I had seen something that was blueberry. Like you knew, this is the blueberry. Like this is it. You know, I haven't seen this in 20 years. So, yeah, beautiful thing. Love it.
That's where it's at, man. That's what I fell in love with too. I had that experience at the Dead Show in '95 where, I popped that bag of blueberry open and I'm like, oh my God, this is cannabis.
Right? Exactly. That's how you are. This is where
I want to live.
You know, and I was young, and this is going back to the 90s too. So me being 18, 19, yeah, like we would get dank on tour and this. But once I got settled in here and I started to meet people and know people down here, and that's the OGs too. You know, this is Florida. So I was in the middle of all that growing up because I moved here in 1990, not to age myself. So 90, I moved here and I was right off Dead Tour. So I started seeing bands and all these things. And I was a little hippie. So, you know, I found like the dankest weed down here was in the middle of a lot of this. And it's just funny to see the stories like Bubba Burger, like, you know, like these are people that I knew back then in Florida, like Chrome even, you know, some like these guys I had met when I was young, way back in the day. So it's just cool. That's, you know, we still have the love for what we have the love for, and that's the old school. And people like you, and you know, I work with a lot of people that does a lot of newer work and stuff like that. But I always appreciate and love, and will always gravitate back to the blueberries, the bubble gums, the OGs. The sour diesel even came a little bit later, but you know, the love for that because of the gazziness. I'm East Coast. We love the gas and the hazes. You know, the new stuff. All this new stuff is whatever. It's the hype of the week. What was that shit they called? That just the toad, you know, shit like that to me doesn't impress. It's just whatever to me, you know. Give me some old school blueberry, the old haze, and I'm happy. I don't really, you know, it is what it is on some of this new hype, but you know, I see a place for it all. But you know.
Yeah, it's all talk until you smoke it, and if it works for you, right? I mean, that's what we're doing with this plant. I mean, most of us are, you know, there's a lot of people that are really focused on the financial side of it. I get it, and you know, it drives things, right? But like, if you're into the medicine, like you're looking for what lights you up. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. It is pretty straightforward. It is. It's a trip to the world we live in now compared to the world we lived in then. It is. I don't think like the really younger generation can really grasp like what we actually went through back then.
There are some significant differences. I was just talking about a situation where a younger kid, a friend's daughter's boyfriend or whatever, was getting a bag of weed, and as the first bag of weed, he's been smoking for a couple years, but this is the first time he's had actual flower. And he had questions. He didn't know what to do with it, how to consume it. You know, he didn't know about he asked if they could be pre-rolls, and we're like, nah, you got to roll that shit yourself. This isn't a this is a
Right?
dispensary, man. You gotta.
Yeah.
And so
Yo,
it kind of blew my mind. Like, wow, we're in a time where a generation is getting ready to get the freaking Marlboro version of freaking packs of joints and vape pens, and they have a big disconnect from the actual whole process of growing the plant and picking out those fruits and yourself and finding what really works for you.
yeah, have 100%, 100%. The vapes, it is a trip to me. It's a trip to me. It just is. I saw a post today that said it was something on the lines of legalization, whatever. I can't remember how it was worded, but has affected like bong makers. And I was like, wow, I had to sit and think about that for a minute. Like, what a trip, like all these vapes, the rosin, the electronic. It was just, I had to sit and think about it for a second. I was like, that's pretty wild, man, because not many people, the new generation, I feel like flower is secondary, or it's pre-rolls, or like you said, it's vape pens. We're like, give me a bong and a nice glass pipe, and it's just so different now. It's just a trip,
Yeah,
It is.
times change.
Yep.
But it all starts with that plant and that flower.
Yeah, that's it. Pop a pack of seeds, man.
Yep, and
Grow a seed.
it's great to have someone else's selection that's dank and high quality, and they put the work in and found something cool, ideally. But there's nothing like popping a few seeds yourself and smoke testing them and finding out for yourself what lights you up, not what someone else thinks. It's what you think. That's what really matters.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, gas. I know I say it funny. I get made fun of all the time. It's all good.
Lights and blueberry, man. That's two classics, and then put them together, and you have something special too. And that's what I like to do: is mix the blueberry with a lot of those things, like like the Northern Lights.
Yeah, and then next one we could talk about a little bit. I'm going down the list. Is I think this one's very interesting to me because it's not something that you hear about too much anymore. And this is going to be the Bliss because it has the Island Sweet Skunk. And I know a lot of people ask about Skunk and where's the Skunk and the Island Sweet Skunk. I just haven't seen it in many crosses at all lately, especially. So I feel like that should be an interesting one as well. So you want to talk about the Bliss a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, the Island Sweet Skunk is an old clone that we used, a 20-some-year-old clone, and is very much on the narrow leaf sativa side. It does well in this climate in Michigan. It finishes outdoors decently, and has a strong sativa-based profile. It's skunk, menthol, eucalyptus, and there's a tropical fruit aspect to it. It's very prolific, high-yielding grower. Cross to the Bluestar for a feminized line. So you got the added blueberry and sour diesel in there. And an overall profile. So the skunk, menthol, eucalyptus really shines through still, but you get the blueberry mixed with the tropical fruit in the new feminized cross. It offers a lot of offspring that are still Island Sweet Skunk dominant. So old classic. I think people are going to love it. It's not like if you're looking for like roadkill skunk, that's not where you look. It's on the sweet skunk side. It's got that tropical fruit and blueberry profile in there with it, the sativa terps. But the skunk is delicious, mixed and paired in with those flavor profiles. It really enhances. Skunk is one of those enhancers for other things, I think. Skunk, diesel, and citrus can really add to enhance the other flavor profiles I've found.
I'm just trying to read some of these comments here too. But yeah. The vaping it is.
I mean, a vape pen, man, for when you're like at a concert, you can't get away with firing up a joint or something. I mean, it's totally amazing. Or when you have to be discreet, or for those reasons, it's super convenient. I mean, I use them. I hope we can find a better like recycling system. I think someone told me that they're starting to do that. So because I hate the idea of the throwaway part of that vape pen. But yeah, you get a little glass on glass. You get some live rosin in there. Man,
Yeah.
it's pretty dank, really, honestly.
And I actually do know some people in Michigan that are trying to do that. My buddy, D Mac Tony, he does the Fishman melts. They're starting to do where they're you don't throw the pen away; they're like refillable. So I'm not sure how he's going about changing them out or anything. I just know him and I had this conversation probably like within the last month or two, and I thought that was a cool idea because they are really bad. Like the battery, you throw the whole thing away. There's a battery in it. It's
Right.
not. So I think that's the next thing. I think people should be mindful to the vape pens that you buy, whether they can be just refilled, you can switch the cartridges out. That was the idea he was talking about. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely reuse the cartridges. I'm not positive how that is going to play out. That seems like they can jam up and clog up. So hopefully he's got a cool system for that. But yeah, I've heard some state somewhere's got it going on where they're recycling these things. So that's cool. It can be done.
Yeah, it should.
Batteries and shit into the trash.
100%. All right, can you talk a little bit about the flow? Crosses like the Bluestar and the F13 BC. So I know we opened up, talk a little bit about that. So let's, I know people come and go. So
sure, Bluestar is in the first feminized releases that we did, and it's DJ's 1991 F4 flow mother that he uses in the original flow male female lines, the same breeding mother. Crossed it to my Bluestar to make a feminized line. So it added a little bit of the blueberry dominance and diesel dominance to it, but the flow phenotypes are pure flow still. It's pretty wild. Nepalese temple hash is how DJ describes it. And so to break that down, I guess if you smoked hash, you got a basic idea of what that hash profile is. And then the Nepalese side, I think of it as the floral attributes that are all combined together. There's a bit of almost like a metallic haze type of profile in there too. And cool foxtail expressions from the flow phenotypes and nice spear tip medium dense colas from the Bluestar phenotypes. So that's a little bit about the Bluestar. And then F13, so that's DJ's high resin flow offspring. So it's direct descendant from the flow mother. And it was the 13th pheno in like a big 600 plant pheno hunt. That's how it got the name F13. So it has nothing to do with F gens. It's an F5 or F6, I think. I can't remember. I think it's F5. So the back cross, we took original F13 stock, and DJ gave me like 75 of them. These are like 15-year-old plant seeds, and I think I got like 75% germination rate. So I had a nice volume to look through, and found some amazing, great highs. 4 or 5 of them just blew me away. I took one of those and frost it back to DJ's Temple Flow males, and Temple Flow is the matriarch flow line. It's just the pinnacle flow. That's what DJ calls it, is Temple Flow. So it's the original F13 back cross to Temple Flow. So it's pure flow, and F13 is the mother, and it produces some cool. Those are probably some of the more spindlier, more foxtailed structured plants. So it's not for the higher yield; it's for the unique effect. Yeah, you get a little bit of that. So F13 is known for a little bit of that upfront rush, a little bit of that psychedelic effect, and then it balances to that what you'd expect, that beautiful, relaxing, anxiety-reducing DJ high.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I love flow and looking for some flow dominant lines. So
we got some.
And then we got. Are there any more flow and blueberry femmes in the works?
Yeah, I mean, we still got plenty of blueberry femmes and outcrosses. Flow was a real small batch and sold out real quick. But yep, actually getting ready to make some pollinations very soon with the flow. And the plan with the flow is I've got some amazing feminized flow that I'm going to breed together and back cross to the 91 F4 flow mother too. So we'll have a couple of flow fem lines, a forward line and a back cross line.
So are the flows sold out?
The flows are sold out. That was another one of those that was only like 50 some packs. I'm
Well,
gonna
guess
try.
what?
I'm gonna try and ramp it up this time.
I just want to give somebody. I would say there might be something left on the site. So,
Oh shit!
but I can't really. Just saying.
Check the site, man.
Yeah,
There are very few of those around.
Yeah, you might want to go check. You might want to check.
Blueberry Femmes, we have the 98 F4 project that's out and available. Chad's got them. And those are the ones I was talking about earlier, where you have 80% of them are the indica side and 20% of the sativa side, and you have all the parental expressions popping out in those. Flavors of blueberry are going to really blow people away in those. And then, yes, along with the forward flow work, I'm doing a more feminized blueberry crosses. So I'm going to take that S2 and cross it to itself and make an S3 line. I found an amazing, the most pungent blueberry out of 100 plants, with blueberry and licorice dominant. And we're going to back cross that one and then cross that back to the 98 F4 mother. And then make a couple forward sibling feminized crosses to the blueberry muffin phenotype that we found in the F4 feminized line. Oh, I lost you volume wise, Chad.
Sorry about that. That was Ross. He's going to be late. Ross is going to be late, guys.
All right.
Just saying. He's not going to be here till 9:30 probably. So probably, want to let Josh go at 9, which is only about 6 minutes from now. And we'll just try to do some giveaways until Ross is here. I figure I'll do some giveaways for the room.
Yeah, how do you do the giveaways? Do everybody in the room has a chance,
everybody.
Randomizer? Hey, I'll toss up a pack or two.
Oh, let's go then. All right, perfect. All right, well we'll get to 9, and then we'll do a couple giveaways, and that'll kill some time for Ross too.
Yeah,
because he said he's not going to be here until 9:30, but it's all good. All right,
so tonight I was smoking on the blueberry grapefruit. Oh man, I've got this amazing phenotype that's an even blend of blueberry and grapefruit. That it's just a beautiful, energetic. It woke me up. I was really tired and sluggish from working all day, and I feel amazing. So the blueberry grapefruit is what I was smoking. I wanted to dig out some Dogstar, that cocoa diesel phenotype from the Dogstar, but I didn't get a chance to dig far enough in the vault. My personal little stash is 20-gallon totes, those sealed totes. Yeah.
It looks like Pup was a little quicker. Sorry about that, Ryan. Sorry, brother. It was right after you said that. I think he got there faster. So, all right, what else? Okay, what else do we got? And then we're going to do some giveaways for the room, guys. Get your questions in, though. If you guys have any other questions for Josh on the blueberry, on the lines that we spoke about, feel free. Ask. Okay, here we go. What's the Dogstar?
Okay, Dogstar is the reciprocal cross using Chem 91 and Bluestar. And I took Chem 91 as the mother and used Bluestar pollen and made a cross. And with the Chem 91 as the mother, I called that Dogstar Chem Axis. And then I made a reciprocal cross using Bluestar as the mother and Chem 91 as the pollen donor. And with the Bluestar as the mother, we call that the Dogstar Blue Axis. So you have the Chem Axis and the Blue Axis, and indicating which mother was used in each cross, basically. And so you can hunt the lineage side by side and see how the female expresses in the offspring with the same exact two parents. And in that dog star, it's a box set also. So it includes two feminized 4-packs of the blue axis and chem axis, and then a feminized 4-pack of the chem 91 S1, which I didn't realize so many people would really gravitate towards that S1. I guess I should have made more for release.
I knew. I saw that. I was like, oh, those are going to go cool. I remember,
I dropped a few pictures and everyone went crazy over it.
Yeah. I felt like they were going to go. I knew right. Yeah.
And
but the box set's still out.
That one is special, guys, but I'm telling you, the dog star's where it's at. Like the hybrid.
When I heard Dog Star, I was like, Bob Star. I don't know why I thought about that Bob Star where he did I don't know. I can't remember what it was based off of. The Grateful Dead. It was called Bob Star. He only did it a couple times. I don't know. Like popped in my head. But anyway, so how are the flavors on Frankie's Holy Haze?
It's the best frankincense haze I've ever had. I've been smoking for 30 years. It's amazing. You get some phenotypes, like I said, on the purple and blue side that have a little bit more of the diesel and blueberry in them, but you can't get away from the church haze. You light it up, it totally lights up changes the palate in your mouth to that frankincense incense, and leaves that odor in the room for hours later. You walk back into the room and it's like walking into an aromatherapy of frankincense. It's a very how should I describe the high? It's very uplifting. It's almost spiritual and trippy.
That's what the haze is like. So I could see that 100%, especially some of those, the hazes that we used to get. One of them was a very incensey, like churchy incensey. One was like a cat pissy one. One was like a metally, almost like metal. So yeah. The church one, like the incense one, was just so good. All right. So what were the most noticeable differences in the two crosses? And he said, I'm referring to the Chem Bluestar combo. So that's what he said.
Most notable differences, well, I would say in general, Chem dominated for the most part in both crosses. And then when you got onto the blue side, you get a lot of sandalwood expression, like a sandalwood haze expression, mixed with the blueberry in the Chem. And then probably the cocoa that popped out on the Chem axis side was probably a really unique outlier that was quite a bit different. So those are a few of the main differences, I'd say. But yeah, pop a pack or two and find out for yourself.
There you go.
It's a fun ride, man.
Yeah, you got the Chem 90, the Chem 91 S1 as well in the box set. So you really get a good idea of the differences between the three.
Powerful medicine.
All right, so we're at 9 o'clock. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw this up on the screen. This is for everybody in the room. This means that everybody gets to enter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw up a hashtag on the screen. It's going to shrink our screens a little bit. You guys will see the hashtag. We'll give you guys about 2 to 3 minutes, whatever it is. We'll still answer your guys' questions if you have any. All you guys have to do is put the hashtag exactly the way that it is on the screen. That'll enter you into this giveaway. Once I hit go, it will pick a winner right in front of you guys. So you'll see all your guys' names basically flash. So if you don't want to be entered, don't put a hashtag up. It's really easy. If you do, I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. All you guys have to do is put this hashtag in, and that's how you guys will be entered to win. So hold on one second. Let me get this up on the screen. And it's really easy the way it works. It's pretty cool, actually. Here we go. There you go. So that's the hashtag. We're just going to use Bluestar. So you guys put that hashtag in if you guys want to be entered. And we'll give you guys, we'll give you guys about 2 minutes to get it in. And then we will spin it. So there you go. Easy. And that means everybody's entered that puts it in. It makes it fair for everybody that's in the room. I know I put a post up on Instagram earlier, but I feel like we have a lot of people in here that probably aren't on there. I will probably use that post on Saturday night. So if you guys, follow me regularly and you're with me on Saturday, I'll pull up those names from that post and use it for a giveaway or two on Saturday night. So it's not put to waste, and you guys will still have a chance to win something off that as well. But there you go. And again, I'm keeping an eye on the comments, guys. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I could still put your guys' questions up on the screen, and we will be happy to answer any questions you guys have in between now and the time we pull a winner.
Hey,
so,
Chad, let's do a couple giveaways. This first one, let's do a pack of the 98 F4 Blueberry Feminized. Let's start with that one. How about that?
All right, perfect. So you're going to keep track of this. You know exactly, and tell them how they're going to claim it. So all they'll have to do is reach out to you or me, and we can figure it out like that. You tell me what the easiest way for you is.
They can shoot me an email, I guess.
All right,
Does that
perfect.
make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect. And what's the email? Because I'll throw the email. Well, we'll spin it and then we'll tell them what the email is.
Okay.
So, all right. Good luck, guys. What's your best pain reliever? And I feel like that's one of those questions that is hard to answer because we're not doctors here. But
well, I get a lot of people saying my pure Bluestar lines are very analgesic or very pain relieving. So I always lean people towards those. So Mayberry is the pure S1. 4 Blue Stars is the back cross. Either one of those you can't go wrong with. And then probably another one I'd recommend here more recently is the Bluestar Moonshine. Has that potent blueberry side to it. I would totally recommend that one for some pain relief as well.
And yeah, Tigres, yeah, I'll talk, we'll talk about that some other time because I'm not sure what happened with that. But all right, so I'm going to spin this. I feel like everybody's had enough time. I see a lot of people coming into the room now. So yeah, since the numbers just jumped up, why don't we give you guys another minute? And we'll get to this question right here. So I'll give you guys another minute because I know we're almost at 100 people in here now. And let me just say this. I do see people on X. I see people on YouTube. You guys can't see these numbers. I can. And somebody on Twitch too. You guys, all you guys, your hashtags will be entered if you put them up on the screen. So, yeah, green thumb. I'm going to, yeah. All right. So, but which cross is the highest occurrence of floral berry? I don't know if you saw that up there or not. I was sort of just trying to keep up with the comments.
Johnny 5 still alive. Batteries not included. Is that what no? I can't remember what that was from. Anyway, so floral berry. It's really in my genetics extremely well from DJ's work. One of the ones that pops off real quickly off the top of my head is the candied blueberries. It's a cross of the original Skittles cut to DJ's 1998 F4 blueberry. You get a little bit of the Afghan side from that cross in with the candied blueberry, but the other phenotypes are extreme floral candied blueberry. It's super standout. I think you'll love it, Johnny.
All right, let me take this down. I'm going to spin this, and then I'm going to get to your question. Whose question did I just save? I just saved Flower Felon. I have your question saved. We're going to spin this, and then I'm going to put up a different hashtag. So let's spin this first. And here we go. Good luck, good luck, good luck.
All right, some blueberry, feminized blueberry. Who gets lucky?
South Florida, sir. Let's go. 561, baby. Oh, shit. Damn, you like knew you were going to win. Wait, hold on. Let me get that. Hold on 1 second.
Who is it?
South Florida Surge in the 561. Yo, I'm in a 954 right now. So this dude's actually really close to me. That's what's up. All right. So South Florida Surge. So we're going to give you an email address. So you're going to have to email Josh. Josh is going to take care of you. And you won the 98 F4 Blueberry Femme. So congratulations. I love that you're in Florida. Yeah. I'm like right Boca Deerfield, bro. I'm not sure exactly where you're at, but I know you're not that far, 561. So very cool.
All right. South Florida Surge.
Yep. Let me pull this down so you can see it. See it? South Florida Surge.
Thanks.
Yep. And then how about we just do another one? He'll let you know what the second is, and then you're in Loxahatchee? Let's go. Nice. So we'll do another one. I'll switch up the hashtag on this one, and then we'll just give you guys for the winners at the end when we're done. However many he wants to do, then we'll just put up the email address.
Hey, for the second one, let's do a pack of the Bluestar Moonshine.
Bluestar Moonshine, guys. And there you go. I got to put up Dark Star once. Hit the Dark Star hashtag. And this one's for the Bluestar Moonshine, guys. Again, any questions you guys have, I will put them up on the screen if I see any. Hello from Thailand. What up, Thailand? Let's go. Worldwide, baby.
Hey, and my email is bluestarseedco@gmail.com.
Oh, there you go. Easy. Okay. Easy. Here, let me see if I can actually. I could probably just. Oh, you know what? I can put it on the scroll. Hold on. I'll just put it on the scroll.
Deserted Island strain. That's easy. It's Bluestar.
There you go.
That's still my favorite plant after finding it in 2015 or so. After having been blessed to smoke all these different genetics, Bluestar is still what I go back to consistently. Like, it's fun trying and creating these new things, but Bluestar has my heart. It's because it's got the trifecta for me. What I breed for, the trilogy, I call it, and it's a flavor, effect, and aroma. Effect is everything, really, but really what enhances the effect is the flavor and the aroma. And this Bluestar has that full flavored blueberry pie dessert wine to the last toke, and it has a euphoric bliss that I kind of describe it as like sitting on a beach on a warm day with a breeze blowing over you. It couldn't be any better.
And I know I touched on this earlier, but I'm sure people are taking a look and seeing some stuff that's on there. And I'm new to your genetics. What is Bluestar? So you want to break that down one more time?
Yeah, Bluestar, the lineage is Death Star times Whitaker Blues. Whitaker Blues, J.D. Short made from second generation genetics. It's a direct descendant of DJ Short's. That's his father. That's JD's father is DJ. It's a direct descendant of DJ's 1998 F4 Blueberry Male. So it uses the blueberry from that influence, and then crossed to Death Star. So you've got heavy sour diesel and Afghan traits from the Sensi Star. So I like to say it's what I've found is my pinnacle expressions from blueberry, Afghan, and sour diesel all combined together.
And he just answered your question, Johnny, right when I put it up there. So there you go.
So
that's how it factors in. Yeah,
Whitaker Blues factors in because out of those 60 packs and the 60 males that I bred or that I pheno hunted, and I reduced it down to 30 males and then reversed all 30 males, and then took the top 10 males and did individual test crosses to Death Star specifically, but a bunch of other things, honestly. But Death Star was the main control plant. And then I hunted all those individual 10 different male crosses separately, and one of the main winners was that Whitaker Blues #2 male. So that's how it came into play.
All right, I'm going to leave that question up there. It's one more question, and then I'm going to spin this. And I don't know if you want to do another one after this or not.
Yeah, let's do one more.
All right, cool. All right. Let me see. Wait, I just want to see what this is. I have Death Star Remix, Subcools the deck. All right, let's do this. Here we go. Let me take the question down real quick. But he was asking if you prefer, I think it's a preference, but do you prefer, outdoor to indoor? Seems like I get a better buzz off outdoor. So that was the question.
It's just how your season is outdoor. Like if you don't have a greenhouse and you're purely outdoor, then you're subject to Mother Nature. So if the end of the season is rough on you and your plants don't get to mature properly, then they don't shine as well. But if they get a good chance to grow healthy and mature properly, you can't beat Mother Nature in the sun. But you just have that ultimate control of indoors. Hey, congratulations, Western Maine Mang.
There you go. So again, Bluestar Seedco@gmail.com. That's what it was, right?
Yep.
So you guys that won, and then we're gonna have a third winner coming up. So I'm gonna do one more hashtag.
Western Maine, you won the Bluestar Moonshine. Congratulations, my friend.
Let's do. Here we'll do. There you go. Blueberry. The hashtag is blueberry.
All right. I love it.
Built to last. Oh yeah, let's go.
And let's give it a
I just love deadheads, man. You know, deadheads like we are everywhere. And then I see that. It's like, come on, let's go. I see a couple other people in here with Steal Your Faces and this and that.
You got the 3 bolts there. I got the 4 blue stars. Little homage to, Built to Last.
Yeah.
And then, what was I going to say? Oh, for this giveaway, let's do the Dog Star box set. Yeah.
Oh, the box set?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. So somebody's about to get, okay. This is for the box set.
1 packs in 1. The reciprocal cross.
Okay. Very cool. Good luck. Good luck. And congrats to the winners already. But good luck. Good luck. All right. Do you wash before you dry? Wait. Do you wash before you dry?
You wash your buds before you
dry. From out. I think. Okay.
A few videos of people doing it. Hell no.
Yeah. I was about to say that's, yeah.
No, that's for people with concerns of molds or whatever. Maybe they want to pass testing.
Totally.
That they're going to pass testing, but I've heard some people do it, for cleaner hash. But I'm an old school guy. I don't. As soon as the plants start to flower, nothing goes on them, man. I don't want anything on them. I want good, clean medicine with nothing added to it, or not even dipped in water or nothing. No.
Yeah. All right. What else do we got, guys? Any more questions? And hey, everybody get these hashtags in. This is I think this is going to be the last giveaway, and it's for the box set. So
the grand finale.
The grand finale is right. And listen. Hopefully Ross is here. I'm going to give Ross a call. He sounded like he had, I don't know, he had something going on, but I probably will take a 2-minute break and just give Ross a call when Josh leaves, just to make sure he's going to be here on time or by 9:30. But all right, I believe that we're through all the questions. And yeah, last chance, guys. The only way to be entered is to put up the hashtag just as you see it on the screen, just like you see everybody else doing it. So, don't hesitate. If you guys have not gotten your hashtag in yet, do it, because that's how you guys get entered for this giveaway. Just being in here does not enter you. I just want everybody to understand that, because there's 107 people in here. And I can see the number of entries, really, and there's not that many entries. I mean, there's a lot, but it's not 107. So, yeah, I will just say this one more time.
That's
9 people on, 9 people on X. Not many. Most of the people, we got almost 100 people on YouTube right now. But listen, you guys on X, you guys on Twitch, you guys could enter as well. You just have to put the hashtag in. So we'll give you guys another minute or so.
Enter that hashtag blueberry, he's saying.
Exactly. I'm trying to see if there's any more.
I'm sure we missed a few questions, but I can't read them. They're too small.
Yeah, I'm going through them. I can see them way bigger on my screen, but.
Okay. Silent Truth, I don't know. Was that like a Yoda or something? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Thanks, man, Webster.
Yep.
Right back at you.
All right, I'm pretty caught up on it now.
I like the blue heart.
I'll give you guys another minute.
Let's be another blues brother or sister.
All right. My clock says 1 minute, 1 hour, 13 minutes, 46 seconds. When that hits 1 hour and 15 minutes, so that gives you guys literally 1 minute and 10 seconds left to get the hashtags in. And then we're going to spin it, and I'm going to let Josh go. He hung out with us a little bit longer than expected tonight, which I fully appreciate.
To all the people that are stoned like me, if you want to win this free box set, you got to enter that hashtag blueberry.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't make. I mean, it couldn't be any easier, to be honest. I mean, I know it's a little bit of work, but the reward is worth it. So,
Man, I love hash holes. That's another one of my favorite ways to smoke right now is the rosin. Put the rosin in the joint. It is a
yeah.
great combination that really enhances the flavor. I'm kind of a purist. I mean, I'll mix it up, but I like same flavor on flavor. So Bluestar rosin, Bluestar flower. But I'll mix it up sometimes. It's amazing. You just gotta be ready to be really stoned.
I mean, that. Yeah, you could answer that question. I think that's not a how long did it take, but how long ago should be more how long ago. But
How long did it take to find the real blueberry terp? So I fell in love with 1995. We went and brought back some blueberry hybrids from Amsterdam. Didn't strike gold per se for the pure blueberry flavor, and then always was looking for it for the next 20 years until I ran into DJ. And then went home and went to work, and I talked about that earlier. Did a huge breeding project and pheno hunt project, and with that right parental combination, it just popped out. I want to say it was like that, but there there was thousands of plants involved.
real quick, Secret Gardens, get the hashtag in because I see you said you were waiting on Instagram. So if you just got here, this is the last chance, guys. Get the hashtag in right now. If you haven't yet, do it. Yeah, you see the you can see the background now. Yeah, you guys never get to see it. I didn't even realize, right? Pretty cool. You guys never see it, yeah. But all right, that's it. I'm about to spin it, man. This is for the box set, guys. Here we go. Everybody has had ample time, I believe.
Enter hashtag Blueberry Secrets Gardens. Enter hashtag Blueberry real quick.
There he goes. All right, you got it in, brother. All right, perfect. All right, here we go. I'm about to spin it, y'all.
All right, good luck, guys.
Oh, I just saw somebody else do it, man. Anybody else? Because I can see the entries. Anybody else?
Last second.
Last second. I'm spinning it. Good luck. Bam. Let me get this off the screen. I can take the comments off so we can see it.
I like how it rotates through all the people's names.
Right? I thought, let's go.
Chad,
all right.
you're supposed to be able to win.
It's not me, man. He's a little bit older than me, I think, because he's 1971. I'm 72. So, all right, Chad C.
Congratulations, Chad C.
Yeah, he's actually a good dude. I know he's come through. That's like the other Chad. The
namesakes. All right, Chad. Send me an email at bluestarseedco.com. You won the Dog Star box set, the reciprocal cross. Chem 91 times Bluestar, Bluestar times Chem 91, the Chem axis and the blue axis, and then the Chem 91 S1. So 3 packs.
Let's go. Whoa. All right, it's not. Oh, you guys can see the background now, but it's not letting me make us bigger, which is a little bit weird because I hope it's not making anybody dizzy. But whatever, it is what it is. All right, Josh, thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I think we got all the questions in. My pleasure as usual. I'll have you come back sometime in the near future. So I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, Chad. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you, brother. And to everyone out there, thank you. We appreciate you. Love everyone. Feed everyone. Smoke some blueberry.
Peace. All right, guys. So we're going to wait on Ross right now. And I can tell you this. Secret Gardens, that is the original cut. So I know that is not a hunted cut. Josh is, he's out. So it's not a hunted cut. I think it was out of maybe TC. I can't remember. But I can tell you this. If you go back and look at the conversation Josh and I had before, we did talk about it already. So, but it was not a hunted cut. It is the Chem 91 is exactly what it is. So that's what it is. All right, so Ross said, as you guys know, when I muted myself, Ross, that was Ross that called. He did say he was going to be a little bit late. So I would say this. I'm going to put up a 2-minute timer. It's going to give me a second to just give Ross a call and make sure he's still planning on being here in time. If he is running really, really late, we'll figure that out. But give me a second. I'm going to put up a 2-minute timer, and this will give me a second. So, take a break, do whatever. Give you guys about 2 minutes, or give me 2 minutes to give them a call. I hope you guys like, Josh is the homie. Josh is like, when it comes to the blueberry, you already know. That's where you want to get it from. That's where. Hold on one sec. Let's see. I'm trying to find this thing real quick. Oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. All right, cool. So this is going to give me, I'll be back in about a minute. I'm just going to give him a call real quick. I have myself muted. Sorry about that. Actually, let me put the dog upstairs. So give me 1 more second, guys. Yeah, sorry about that. The dog. But all right, Ross was just pulling into his driveway, guys, so he's going to be here in 1 second. So he's coming. He's on his way. Ross, he'll be here in 1 second. All right, what else do we got? Let me see what kind of questions we got here. Yeah, the giveaways are good, right? Like that was really cool. Josh should do that. A box set, and what was it? 2 packs. I mean, hey, you never know what you're gonna get here. So I thought that was very cool. Is Ross? I'm not, y'all stupid, man. Me turn. I see you, bro. You probably have 10 different packs of his. Yeah, he's the man. He definitely is. I've known Josh a long time now, and besides having the Grateful Dead in common, I met him at Hash Bash. We went out to dinner. I got to meet his wife, his beautiful, amazing wife, who does like this really cool, like hippie stuff, like Grateful Dead stuff. So she has a company of her own, and them two together are just really cool because, Josh is just he's like me. He reminds me of me. But yeah, so let's see what else do we got. And yeah, Ross is going to talk about, we're going to talk a little bit about the same thing like how me and Josh just spoke. We have a whole bunch of new stuff at Ross's. So I think there's like 7 or 8 strains. And we'll talk about this because Ross hasn't done anything in a long time. For those that have been with me a long time, and I know most of you guys, a lot of you guys have, I have Ross on. It's been about believe it or not, it's been about 2 years now since me and Ross had that conversation that he wasn't really going to do anything anymore, right? But he is such a steward of the plant and a lover of what he does that, he couldn't help himself. That's how I feel. I mean, I've always told him, man, we need some new shit. So I'm sort of stoked about it. And I'm going to let him talk about, exactly what it is. And we'll get into that. So, no, he'll be here in a minute. What up? What up? Water in the garden. All right. Yeah, good things come to those who wait. Exactly. Are they tasty? Oh, the grasshoppers? Shit, I'm way back. Oh, you guys are talking about the grasshoppers over here. Yeah, Chem 91 is the cut. So he S1 the Chem 91 is exactly what he did. Right. So the Chem Dog, Greg, Chem Dog, obviously that cuts his. I know that Lucky Dog as well. So, but that is an actual S1 of the original cut. It's not a hunted anything because Chem 91 is nothing you can hunt, right? Chem 91 is a cut, is really what it is. So, unless it's like an S1 of the Chem 91, it's not really Chem 91, right? Just saying. All right, we got Ross in the house. Let me see. I'm going to get through some more of these questions. Let me see. Waiting on Ross is here. Cheers. Yeah, I just said the Skunk VA cut. So there is a Skunk VA cut as well, but that's the same cut. The Skunk VA cut is the same cut as Greg's cut. There's only one Chem 91 exactly. Who retired? Oh, too young to draw. All right, good. All right, here we go. I'm gonna wait. I think Ross is in the house, but I think we're gonna wait for him to get in the screen, then I'll pull him up. No, you're good, Secret. So we'll go to, I want to go at least till 10 o'clock. If we go a little bit past 10 o'clock, cool. That was sort of the idea tonight, not to really go too late, but maybe we go a little bit later. We'll see. But I at least want to run down exactly these new crosses, talk about that, and let you guys ask questions. And I think he's just about ready. You guys can't see, but I can see him in the bottom screen. And I think he's just about ready to come on. It looks cold there, bro. You ready to come up? I think he's ready. You ready?
Yeah. He's talking shit about how cold it is here.
It looks cold, bro.
It is cold.
Hold on. Let me figure out why it's not letting me blow the screen up like I normally am able to. Why is it not letting me do this? Damn.
Yo, you see my Pistons beating that ass? Let's go.
No, I didn't. I didn't even want to talk about basketball right now because we just lost that. No, I didn't want to talk about it. But go Detroit. Because Philly fucking, hey, listen, to me, I'm going to make this short and sweet. Us beating Boston was like winning the chip. That's what it was like for us to beat Boston at this point. So I'm good. I mean,
you guys got fucked with injuries. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. It's nonstop, dude. Embiid cannot stay healthy. Like,
yeah, you guys just need to not play him the first half of the season, win enough games to get into the playoffs, and then let him loose, and then nobody will beat you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, shit. All right, hold on.
All right. Yeah, we got 2 minutes and 43 seconds left, and it's a close game.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, good. Yeah. Go Detroit, man. All right. So, all right, guys. We got Ross in the house. Let's see. Yeah, no, what I was saying is that, yeah, it looks cold up there, actually. It looks
cold. It's fucking cold as shit, bro.
You bundle all up and shit, bro. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be. It's fucked up. It's not like you living the Florida life and everything else down there. Like, oh, just living the high life.
It was actually it was nice. It was hot today, bro. I'm not gonna lie though. It was hot, but hey, AC works, right? It was nice. It felt good. It wasn't too humid. It was nice. It was nice. Yeah, I feel bad. You know, I do think about that. I see No Name Goat, the coldest fucking with my garden, and I'm like, damn. Like I look at the temperatures in Michigan. I do. I'm like, yo, it's in the 30s at night still. So it's pretty wild, right? Yep, still hitting the 30s at night.
Best pen in the game, baby. Let's
100%.
go.
Best pen in the game, hands down. Agreed.
Yeah, you got some, huh?
Yeah, the pens are fucking amazing, bro. Like, I mean, all the way to the end. I like that they turn off too. I like that you could turn them off, save the bat. Like, they're definitely like. I've never seen anything like them before, to be honest. I was like, damn, these are fucking.
Yeah,
nice.
they're hittable right out the gate. If you plug them into the charger, though, that's when you get like. You know, these kids talk about blinkers and all this other shit. Like, oh, yeah, like, oh, yeah, well, you can do that too with these, you know, but they don't break, they don't leak, they don't get shit in them. Like, I don't know. They're the best pens in the game.
They are definitely the best pens in the game. There's no doubt about it. So, yeah. And I see No Name Goat, tasty as fuck. It's hard to find a Turby pen. Well, guess what? You found him. He's got one in his hand. I got one over here too. So
this shit's nasty. Let's
go.
Here,
let me pull one. Hold on.
Yeah. You got a nice little stash over there.
Yeah. So
bewildered. It is not that hard. You just found it.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, we put a lot of love into this shit, man, and everybody was telling us not to get this hardware because everybody wants the glass O2 vapes, and we're like, I don't want that. Like, I don't want to have people have broken pens, have shit leaking all out in their pocket, have debris inside of the chamber. Like, fuck all of that, man. Like, we want this to work for you. We want the oil to be delivered to your system the proper way. You know, we got proprietary shit on the ohms, the frequencies. Like, it's smooth as shit. It's the dopest dope.
They're really good. They're really good. They really are. I fucking love them, dude. All right, what do we got? Let me see. Damn, hold on. I'm trying to get some. Okay. All right, so let's talk a little bit about. Well, let's talk about these new. I think there was like 7 new crosses that we put on the site. I believe it was 7, or that's the I didn't 7 new crosses, new work. I can't really say anything because YouTube. So again, let me switch this to the bottom of the screen.
There should be more than 7 total.
Yeah, I have to look again. I know it was at least that.
Yeah,
and then restock a couple things as well. So. And I'll let you guys know the restock stuff. We're also letting you know that's the last of the last. I think there might be, maybe 2 or 3 other things that I'm waiting for Ross to let me know about. But what's there is there.
I'm hoping to take. Yeah, what's up?
I'm just let me see. Trying. Okay, I wanted to. Okay, Fresh Coast, do you have any collabs coming up with Adams Family Farms? I guess that's the question. No. Fresh, do you have any Frost Donkey BX1 by any chance?
Nope.
And
but I do have frosted melons, and my boy who went through a whole testing scenario. We've got like one that did 7.2 to rosin, one that did 7 to rosin, one that did 6, 7 to rosin, and then like a cherry watermelon one that did like 4, 8. So any of you that know about Frost Donkey, those are the seeds you want to get.
And that's what I was just going to, because I know one of the crosses had the Frost Donkey, the one that you're talking about right now. So let's run down these. Which one was the one with the Frost Donkey? The
Frosted Melons.
Oh, the Frosted Melons. So if you want to start there, and I'll work my way backwards. So that would be the first one. So the Frost Donkey, or the Frosted Melons, is the Frost D. So the Watermelon Rolex, and let's start there.
Yeah, I mean, those are super vigorous plants. I would say like 65% of them are going to lean towards that GMO peanut butter breath terp, which I think the peanut butter breath does a real good job of cutting through the straight GMO. It's just a different kind of funk, but it's still all there. It's shorter flowering time. And then when we added the watermelon Rolex from from cannabis potency research, it just added this really cool element of you're going to find some stuff in there with some back ends of, watermelon, strawberry with the the already added, or the main focus, which is the GMO peanut butter breath terps. You're going to find all sorts of cool shit in there. I'm not saying some of these plants aren't going to dirty your bags or fuck your bags up, but it's a really good strain to find. Not many people have 7% returns to their rosin in their garden with terps that matter. So she's really important because she's got the bag appeal, she's got the biomass, and she can do her thing in the washroom. And I can only imagine what it would be like in hydrocarbon, because I see Dougie's making BHO come back. So we can hook him up too, whatever it is. Fresh Coast appreciates all aspects of cannabis as long as it's done right. So
what's up, Hank? What's up, brother?
What's up?
Let's go. So, and then, that reminds me, I got some chocolate Rolex in the vault. So that's actually something that we have as well. So let's talk a little bit about how
those are crazy. You know what I mean? They're all washers. But there's like a select few that have this really wild, insane, like real banana, cleaning turpentine nail polish remover lacquer stuff going on that is unforgettable. You do a little bit of hunting with those and you're going to be in a really good space for having dual purpose plants with flower, with rosin. And once again, we'll include the hydrocarbon side of this, they're just really amazing plants. I mean, they're winning awards all over the country and nationwide rosin contests. You're going to find some stretchy ones. You're going to find some medium stretch ones. You will absolutely not find anything short and stocky. So if you've got short headspace or you're in a small space, I wouldn't necessarily recommend those unless you get super jiggy with it and you flip them small, I would kind of recommend that with the frosted melons also.
So out of the new one, we'll continue talking about them. So that's the chocolate Rolex, chocolate dip bananas, watermelon Rolex.
Yep, times Gorilla Butter F2 white truffle cut times dual OG number 4, hunted by bee leaf, bred at in-house genetics. Times watermelon Rolex, which was bred by cannabis potency research.
So okay? I mean, we could get into this a little bit too. Why not, right? So the difference between what you found. Talk about your watermelon Rolex Pheno a little bit. I'm not sure exactly. I know there's a couple of them out there now, but what did you find in that you were like, this is the one? And give a little bit of background on the watermelon Rolex that you found. You hunted it. Obviously, it's different than what Max has. So
Max probably has a way better one than I do. I just happened to find a female that was like, I don't know. I actually didn't even think she was a keeper. But I really.
Oh. All right. We'll be right back. I mean, I feel like that's a good topic, right? I mean, I have nothing but love for Max. I met Max through Ross. Long story short, I know that, there's a couple different ones out there. So I feel like this is a good, little background on. No, you're good.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know either.
But yeah, the female that I found, like I said, I was only gifted 2 packs of the stuff, so it's not like I had a ton to look through, but he does such a good job that like it didn't really take a lot. So looking back on it, I probably would have chose a different female, but I haven't really bred anything with the female except for last summer we did strawberry guava times white truffle cheese times watermelon Rolex, which will get popped this summer. So that could be pretty exciting. But yeah, the male that I found had the craziest like structure, stem rub, great stacking. And so my brother and I, Six Coast Soil, we sent it. And as we got into the testing, we realized that we ran into some really special stuff. I think it added a lot of cool elements of like the right kind of fruit where it wasn't just fruit. It had like a zing to it, like this lacquer, everybody talks gas and fuel and stuff, but I think that this shit like burns your nose, He was like super, super duper loud. Did really good outside. And so we did a project with it. And that's where we're at. But out of respect, I just haven't done anything with the female. We did our male pollination and we got this seed stock that we work with. And I just wanted to let Max, continue his work with his work.
Okay, so let's go on to the Jolly Rancher now. Let's talk a little bit about that one.
Oh yeah, baby.
Which is
so
the white
somebody
devil,
asked,
yeah.
This guy that asked, and he got any new heavy washers, dude? The frosted melons is an absolute heavy washer. The Jolly Rancher is a heavy washer. Big shout out to Tiki for making Devil Driver. That's crossed with the Gorilla Butter F2 white truffle cut into Max's watermelon Rolex. Straight bangers, they're big yielders. Not everyone's going to be 5% to rosin, but there's going to be a good chunk of them that are. And you're going to get a lot of cherry, funky, strawberry, watermelon, gassy, funky kind of shit out of it. Wojo just released their cut of Jolly Rancher into the system, the commercial world here. And it's very candy, funky. It's just different. It's all new terps, man. Yeah, they're all. So the frosted melons, I just was talking about, out of 16 females, 3 did over 7% to rosin. 3 did like, 6.4 to 6.7. And then there was a lot of like 4.5 to 4.8. And then there was their 3.3s, the 2.8s and stuff, but the majority were definitely dumpers. It won't take that much for you to get those 7%ers.
Damn, my bad. I totally messed up on the comments. I think that I'm back to where I'm supposed to be now. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. So he's been asking a lot about the space blanket. I think he's trying to use it in one of his projects. So is the CBD strong in the space blankets?
Yeah.
Is there CBG as well? So
yeah, there's definitely CBG in it. If I did some digging around, I could get you those hard numbers. But the CBD should be, anywhere between the 7 to 11% range with a bunch of other compounds in it. It'll make you feel like you're in a space blanket, nice and warm and cozy, my man. That's the medicinal shit right there.
I'm not gonna. Hank said text him, so I'm not gonna put it up on the screen. But
okay.
And then the garlic ice mints number 6, the white truffle cheese has awesome structure so far.
Yeah, Secret Gardens. What's up, big dog?
The gear on. Oh, okay. Here. Yeah, you could talk about that a little bit. Let them know. I know we talked about it a little bit before. So the gear on Turf Trader, is that official from you? I saw an email from Aficionado.
Yeah, it's legit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all of our hemp products.
All hemp. Everything's federally legal.
Hey, let's
Still,
go.
just keep that in mind. That's why, everything we talk about, nothing is for sale, guys. Federally legal.
No. And if it is, it's federally legal. So
Exactly. Okay, so so any info on the Blue Ice F1, we can go right to talk about the Blue Ice F1. We talk about the Jolly Rancher, we talk about the White Devil. Okay. So, and these are all new. So that's why we're talking about these tonight, so you guys know that I put a scroll up on the bottom of the screen for a reason, and just keep that in mind.
damn it, that's so good. Did I give you any of the Larry Bird mints? Ooh.
No.
That's another Max creation. Straight beat. Anyways, the Blue Ice. So that one, I was really hoping that it was going to wash, but I think that it's such a terp bomb that it's not going to happen. It'll be like a very small percentage that will wash. But what I will tell you, it's going to work great in a multi-tiered rack system or a tent situation. They don't stretch. They stay pretty small, like not small, but they're not going to stretch a lot on you. You know what I mean? So you can squeeze a lot in a tight space. But the terps are out of control. They're very special. It's a different kind of blueberry. It's not like an actual, stick your nose into a thing of blueberries and get that, or like a blueberry taffy. It's like blueberry just as like a ton of commercial cleaner. It reminds me of some old school shit, some cleaner stuff, like Jack's Cleaner or things of that nature, but without the lemon.
And that's okay. So the breakdown of that, I'm trying to see the comments, but the breakdown, which is really cool to me, is UFO's Blueberry Breath. Obviously, the in-house is Platinum Icing. So, and I think we spoke about this Blueberry Breath way back when. I think it was like a huge yielder, super blueberry. I'm pretty sure. That we had
so Platinum Icing is in-house's Platinum Kush Breath remix that I got through Bee Leaf when we were working together. Times garlic icing, which was popped in Maine by Mainly Organics, Mike.
Yep.
I just want everybody to be clear on where all this stuff came from and where it happened. You know what I mean? And then we slammed it all together. UFO Genetics made the Blueberry Breath. And Max made the watermelon, and the whole combination is super frosty, super dense, wild. It's like if you're looking for flower strains that are going to be dripping in resin, those are the ones, But I don't know that I would buy those if you're looking to wash them. If that makes sense.
It makes absolute sense. So the other ones, the ones that we spoke about in the beginning, which the washers, the ones that you guys probably want on the washers, like Next Level asked about, that obviously is going to be like the Jolly Rancher, the Frosted Melons.
Yeah. Even, the Clockwork does good.
Well, let's go to the Venom Rolex, and then we'll talk about the Clockwork, because I think somebody had a question. I think someone said, that Venom Rolex sounds fire, so we might as well talk about that one now.
Yeah, and it is really fire, but that one's a little more all over the board. So you're going to get some funky kind of stuff in there. You can get some stretchy, you can get some medium-sized stuff in there. But there is an anomaly in there, which is these hardcore grape Fago pop phenos. And they're super greasy. They're definitely not going to wash, but I'm going to put them on the market for people who want to grow flower. But it's literally grape soda all the way to your fingertips. but there are some washers in there. What I will say is those are going to do really, really good outside. The mom to that, the number 86, like she had like 8 inches of snow on her. She didn't give a fuck. She was still praying, doing her thing. You know what I mean? Like an absolute beast. So those are going to be a little bit newer. I know a little bit less about those than I do the other ones. I had a really good friend on the west side of the state look through a shitload of them, and I've got the 2 grapes with me. You know, we get rid of a lot of stuff that's probably really amazing to most people, but we're just looking for specific things. And Fresh Coast doesn't have any grapes, but now we do, baby. So
I like the grapes, man.
Yeah. So if it takes me another 5 years to get the grape like terpene profile transferred into some other plants, then so be it. You know, like I still got like, I don't know, 3 or 4 more like big sessions of seed making and hunting in me before I die. So,
for sure.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we used to get something down here way back when, and we just called it the grapes, and it was the grapiest grape. And I would love to, you know, see that again at some point. Just the grapiest grape.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at some point people are going to navigate back to flower. I mean, I don't know about the rest of the community, but I starve to find good flower. Like you're certainly not going to find it in a dispensary. No. You know, a lot of those guys have convinced themselves that their shit's good, but in reality, it's just good to people who don't know what good shit is, or it's just good because it's good compared to their peers.
Compared to
yeah.
But yeah, rosin a treat, a flower kit. I'm with you, Hank. You know, to be honest, Fresh Coast, great flower strains.
Yeah, man. I mean, we got dual purpose. The hash thing just started 3 or 4 years ago for me. So like, I haven't even really gotten to where I would like to be in that space. But even then, like, we still crush it. I mean, chocolate Rolex is winning shit all over the place. Frost Donkey is winning shit all over the place. And then when I unleash all this new stuff, it's over with, bro.
All right. So, let's talk about, we didn't talk about the Venom Rolex yet. Oh, you did a little bit. So, but that has the Venom breath in it. And I was going to also lead with that in particular because of the Venom breath. I'll let you guys know there was a little restock on the Venom breath itself. So just putting it out there to you guys. The Venom breath itself was a small restock.
And also on the Venom Rolex packs, it says Venom Rolex times Watermelon Rolex, but it's actually supposed to be Venom Breath times Watermelon Rolex. But
yeah, I listed it correctly, so the packs might not be correct, but the listing is.
Yeah. That's just how it is. That's how it is these days, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with everything, and I make a lot of mistakes. I'm not gonna lie, like I do. So I try to learn from them. This guy says I'm looking for something that has me tripping balls.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry. I mean, are you looking for weed? Because that doesn't sound what you're looking for.
Oh shit.
I mean, honestly, if you guys want the best flour, you just need to get electric peanut butter cookie number 2 straight up the cut. Like, it's the dopest dope. If you want the best flour in the world, that's it.
Oh yeah, the electric peanut butter cookie, and I've had it only because, well, I had Mike send it to me, and it was, you know, whatever he won an award with that, and it was just so good.
It's so good, even if you're not into that like vibe, like the effects and the taste and the whole experience is something very special. You know, it's hard to explain to people. She's a real bitch to grow. Like, you're going to hate growing it. You're going to be like, why the fuck is this thing in my garden? But that first joint will change your life. Trust me.
Oh, shit. So peach daiquiri, we did with the chocolate daiquiri is back. But yeah, the peach daiquiri, he just popped some peach daiquiri. That's
no chocolate Rolex is back.
Oh, the Rolex. My bad. Yeah, my brain is definitely going somewhere else. Just like Belly had said. Here, I'll pin that
okay.
Because, you know,
it's okay.
There you go.
I got
That's it.
Yeah.
Dark is never correct. Belly, they know. Shit.
The peach,
But y'all know what I'm
the,
talking about. It's just, it doesn't come out right all the time.
the peach daiquiri is like out of this world. I wish we would have been able to produce more seed from it. There was some discrepancies in life, so I got rid of the watermelon Rolex male. So I only had so much seed stock, and there wasn't that much of it. I do have that mom, so we can still keep making new peach shit. I'll find a peach daiquiri male and then go back and do the things. But peach daiquiri is super special. Huge, massive fucking peach plants. Peach candy, sour peach candy, peach cobbler, peach anything, like sun-kissed, like peaches on the side of the road, peaches, like fuck man, like dude, it's fucking just peaches. It's good as shit. These guys out here, they're like, oh, Moroccan peaches. I'm like, you mean Moroccan oranges? Because that shit's citrus. Ain't nothing about that shit peaches. Sorry. It's not. Yeah, peach rings or peach zero rings. Get the fuck out of here, man. We got the peaches.
All right, let's go. Smoking some electric peanut butter cookie right now. Who is that? Let me pin that up. Oh, he wanted to know. I'm not sure if that's a question for you or not, but if you can, I think that might be more a question for Spaceberry, but where did it go? I just lost your question, bro. Oh, tell me about Gorilla Conda and Bon Bon Mints.
Yeah, so the Bon Bon Mints, it's going to be like a really cool mixture of like blueberry, funky, French cake, pancake type, like the French vibes mixed with like a tennis ball with a little bit of like, very complex profile. You're gonna have to hunt some shit to find exactly what you're looking for, because there's a huge array of different things, but they're stackers, they're yielders, their vigor is off the chain. The colors there, bags of peel is there, and any of those should be like across the board from what I've seen. They dump in jars, they do their thing. So potency is there. If you're running a commercial facility, those are going to be really good ones. I know people want 8-week strains, so Fresh Coast tries to provide plants that grow fast enough in veg where you can grow the plant to its maturity for 9 to 10 weeks and make up that 2 weeks in the veg room, because shit blows up. You know what I mean? So that's a really amazing one. And that's going to be the same thing with the banana conda. I would not grow those if you have low ceilings, or unless you're a straight G and you know how to manipulate your space, because those things are going to go absolutely ape shit.
He wanted a Gorilla Conda. He was asking about the Gorilla Conda, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Banana conda, gorilla butter. Yeah, the two of them together are a problem. Like, don't try to grow them in a small place, like at all. And those are dumpers, because the mom to that, we got 6% back to rosin. She does good outside. Banana conda, she's a late bloomer. She doesn't have a whole lot of terps, but the reason we used her was, obviously a good friend of ours who's not with us anymore created that. And he gave a good baseline to something, but it needed terps, so we thought we would hit it back to the gorilla butter. And if they're problem children, they get massive. They get fucking huge. So, like, if you pop those, just be prepared. But they're all good washers, and they should be super gassy. Our fem lines are out of control. They're super stable. They're super amazing. Brian and Jedi did such a good job. I mean, top G shit.
And a lot, and yeah, a nice list too, like a lot. So
yeah, a lot, dude. Those cats have been putting in tons of work, man. And then like the three of us, we put in a ton of work together just as a team to hold everything together. And I know it gets frustrating for people. They can't access it how they want to access it, but we're really trying to do this stuff the right way. And we're getting really fucking close where we can at least sell seeds on the site. So, it is what it is, man. We care more about the plant than we do money.
All right, let's talk about the oyster soda now, because that is your Vegas cut to the watermelon Rolex.
Yeah. Yeah, so believe it or not, that one is like a lot of like funky onion weird terps, you know. I would say like medium to like heavy yielders. Super amazing structure, doesn't really need to be held up. But those are also going to be super good watchers. And you're like, and I say this with a disclaimer. So like whenever I talk about percentages to rosin, that is in our environment and the way that we grow and the people who process it, you know. So we'll just say 3 to 6% is like a solid fucking like range.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're gonna find your like watermelon lacquer, funky, you know, white truffle stuff in there. Crystal Drift runs one that they're super stoked on. We've got to smoke it and smell it, and it's pretty insane. It's very aggressive to the nose, for sure.
All right, then the Tropical Royale.
So the Tropical Royales, they're going to be like your medium growers, pretty wide, very wide. They really like the outside, I think, more than they like the inside. I don't think they really like LEDs. They do really well under CMHs. I've never ran them under like a straight metal halide or an HPS, but I feel like that's what they lean to from what I saw outside. But there's going to be a really good mix of tropical terps in there, but then there's like some really heavy garlic funk stuff in there, and I don't really know how it happens or where it comes from. You know, it confuses me, but good yielder, great structure, and those are not going to be your mega washers. You're going to be looking more at like a 2.8 to 4.5 range.
All right, here's a good question to follow up to what you just said, sort of, right? What method would you recommend me to run them so we get a similar pheno expression?
Oh, brother. I mean, if I'm completely honest, we don't really have SOPs except for like we trust in the earth and our intuition, and we kind of grow with the plants. And so it's really hard to explain to somebody like how we do things, but they're used to an environment where they're loved and where they're not pushed beyond what they want to be. We give them an environment to thrive and show us who they are. And we're very meticulous about our processes, about how we take stuff down. I think that that's the number one like thing. You know, I think that we're all capable of growing the plant and getting to the finish line, but it's what do you do at the finish line? We're dealing with these tiny little trichome heads where if you touch them, you're breaking them. And that's what we're trying to extract. So, you know, people hate me when it comes to the takedown, but we put everything on 13-minute timers. Everybody has gloves on. You're not allowed to actually touch the nug. Everything goes like this size, thumb size here, into the bag. And when we cut up, we cut very gently. So we break apart like the A's and the B's very gently. We get them right into a bag. We get them right into a freezer. Sometimes we'll leave the bag open to let them freeze quick while they're still like combusting inside of the bag. Because when you get fresh plant material pushed in on each other, it creates gases and things, and the middle might not get cold fast enough. It's just situational. It depends at what what point we're at when we're taking stuff down, but we try to keep everything accessible. So, you know, surface area, how we grow it, like I may give it more nitrogen because I want it to be fluffy. So I give myself more surface area to extract the heads. There's a million different approaches, and there's not one right way or wrong way or anything, but we're very careful with stuff, and everything gets frozen within 13 minutes. So, I might have a crew of people working, and when that 13-minute timer hits, we combine bags, we put it in the freezer, and we keep moving, and then I can come back to it. I can zip it off, mark it, weigh it, whatever. You know what I mean? But we don't fuck around with the takedown. It's got to be super gentle, and it's got to be super efficient. We treat our shit very nice.
Yes. Agreed. We know this now. Shit, we know this.
Yeah. And like, let's get this clear. I am no expert. This is all a learning experience. My journey here in life and on this earth and with this plant is all a learning experience. So nothing I know is factual or actually factual. It's just what I've experienced.
Yeah, it's what you learn though. And it's learning every day. You might learn something today that you're like, damn, I thought I knew this, but now and then that changes. So it's constantly evolving.
Correct. So, take everything that I say with a grain of salt, because I'm just here to learn. That's about it.
All right. So, and the last one of what we just put on there, guys, is going to be the Clockwork Orange, which is the Mandarin Butter Cross. So the watermelon rollouts.
That's my fucking girl, Absolute heater, bro. It makes a new fruit. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just a fucking one. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's not going to be a lot of stretchers in that. There's going to be more of those medium, stockier plants, super great structure. They don't need a whole lot of help, like holding themselves up. They are super vigorous though, so you can get them big if you want. But there's going to be that like typical like Mandarin heavy phenos, but there's like some new fruit with lacquer in there. I don't even know how to explain it. Some people have described it as like a fermenting wine with mandarins and lacquer and watermelon, and like some people it kind of smells like guava or like a papaya, but like a real one, not like the shit that people call papaya now, but like an actual real fruit, So it's very interesting. It's one of my favorite ones. When we drop this clone list, you guys will have access to like the fucking heater. I got the one.
All right, let's go. All right, any other questions you guys have, man?
Well, yeah, I love this plant. I'm a psychopath. That's why I'm in this game, dude. Like,
shit. I mean, yeah. I usually put up any questions. I have somebody that, I can put this up. I'm sure, hey, good. Someone's asking. You can respond to it. Shit, go ahead. I'll put it up there.
I think maybe if I had approached it differently, that it would be different. But at the end of the day, I don't really think it would. At the end of the day, I'm happy for the plant. It got spread to all these huge breeders who are way bigger shit than I'll ever be or want to be or whatever. I'm just not a hype boy. I'm not established. I'm not from Cali, whatever. So this person gave that plant to all these guys, and they saw fit to make seeds with it and to sell it to everybody. And now it's everywhere. And so I can't get mad at that. Like, I feel like maybe some stuff got stripped from what my plan was, but I'm over that. My plan is not like the ultimate plan. So like I might have things in my brain where I'm not upset about it. It did. I made like the way that I presented myself was probably a bad thing for me, but white truffle will never be a bad thing. in my opinion.
I mean, it's everywhere. That's the, it is. But now I'm starting to see other things too. So, I think I've seen garlic icing even at this point, which is very cool. When I see shit of yours on a dispensary menu, whether it's there or not, I'm like, that's what's up. Very cool. So, I feel like it's just one of those things. But it is, it's sort of a trip to see it everywhere. But yeah.
Yeah, it is a trip, and of course I could have handled stuff differently. I just got a crazy message earlier tonight that said this wild shit about me like spiraling out and being a cokehead and an alcoholic and all this fucking wild shit. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'll take responsibility for my actions. Like, I don't have a problem with that. I definitely could have handled life differently, but we all live life and we're all humans, and all I can do is be a better human and learn from it. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I got. I can't do anything more.
That's it. And this is we're going. We're going back literally years at this point, and we have I've known you for a long time now. Like, I feel like every day we learn, we grow, a lot of us, not all of us, we become better people, men, adults, that have families, that have people that we need to take care of, or even ourselves. And I feel like that was just a weird, that point of time is done. And I think that you have grown a lot from it. I think it's it's a beautiful thing to me to see where we are now to where we were 2 years ago. So, I'm just saying.
Man, I mean, you never know where another human is at. And that's why I'm always here to give hugs to people and give love to people. No matter what my situation is, I know that my situation applies to every other fucking human walking this planet. There's nobody walking around being like, my shit's fucking straight.
It's just not, right? It's just not reality.
Yeah.
It's funny to me when I see some people, it's like we all did shit when we were younger. I don't give a shit. There's nobody in here right now that can't say they didn't fuck around and do shit when they were younger. But you grow up, as long as you grow up, and you still could be like, everybody has their limits, and everybody will get to that point eventually where either they stop or they don't. Whatever the case may be, the most important thing that brings us all together is this plant. To have little other things, to drink occasion, to do that. You know what? We're all human beings, man. We only live one life. Live it to the best, enjoy it. But, if it gets to that point, know when to stop. And I think that we're all at that. I think that a lot of us realize that. And if you don't, you eventually will. So I feel like don't ever judge another man, because we all have our pasts. And that's really what I'm trying to say,
100%. And, there's a lot of people in this industry that, they didn't fucking live the life, man. Like, I see a lot of hate and shit towards like partying and all this other shit. But like, man, you got to understand, like, that's a part of like what we were doing for a long time. Like, that's,
no doubt.
That's like our fucking culture, man. So
it is. It 100% is, dude. Like, the grateful. I know you are like me when it comes to some of the music, some of the things like we had a good time. We had a good time.
I don't regret a very good time.
Fuck that. Like, I don't regret a second of it. I just don't. Yeah. Whatever.
And then you just get exposed to like consciousness and these other things, and sometimes it's a blessing and sometimes it's a curse. You know what I mean? And like, we could go down a really big rabbit hole, but we'll spare everybody that. But like, all I know is community, and whoever is watching this right now, like, I apologize if I rubbed you in the wrong way. It was not intentional. And I just want you to know that I always try my best, and it may not be the best for you at your timeline in your life, and it might not be the best for me to help you in this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a fucking giant team of people behind me. Like, I'm doing the impossible constantly. And so
Trust me.
I get tired, shit falls through the cracks, like, but I do my best, you know, like, and that's what I got. I can do my best. That's it.
That's it. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. And you know, I know we've had this conversation. People see what they think they know, and they fucking have no idea. You know, oh, he must be like we're all sure. I don't give a shit what. Listen, all of us are at some point, whether it's monetarily fat. You know, we're all struggling at some point, and we all need good people around us. And to look at somebody and assume you know something about them is wild. Reach out, because we're the type of people that will actually take a second eventually and be like, and have a conversation with you and let you know who we are as human beings. So, and Ross is that person and I'm that person, and you know, just saying, don't always listen to what we think.
And it's not going to happen on your timeline when you think it should be happening. So don't like send me messages that are like, fuck you, I've been trying to get a hold of you for 2 weeks. Well, guess what? There's like fucking 2,000 other people that have been trying to get a hold of me for 6 weeks. So like you're doing good at 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But like I have to eat 2 times a day. I have to sleep. I have to fucking, dude, I got all these plants. You guys want fucking washers? You guys want fucking crazy turfs? Like I have to focus on that shit, you know? And like there's only so much time in a day, and you know, like I try my best with the community and with the people, you know, but like sometimes it's cool to like have like 2 hours to myself. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I see some of you guys' stuff. I'm going to put some more stuff on the screen. And I think we talked about everything that's on the site. If you guys have any questions, well, we did, like I said, the venom breath is something that's on there. I'm just going to let you guys know. If you know, you know. Take a look at the scroll at the bottom. I can't really talk too much about, you know, but the venom breath, the truffle breath, I think we did the truffle breath, I think, right?
Yeah, that's the last of those. And I know that there was a big demand for that, and I wanted to hold on to them, but you know what? The people want them, so you guys get them.
So for anybody that's not signed up for my email list, you guys have not seen this, and we're letting you know right now, and I'll just point to the scroll. The truffle breath, very limited. I think there's 5 packs, very limited.
Yeah. And then
the venom breath. What else did we do? Man, I can't remember what else we put on there right now. I'd have to look. I think there's a couple things that we restocked that's on there. So, and that's the last of the last, you know.
So I think we put like 4 or 5 packs of Turktastic up there, and that's the last of those. I think we did some purple peels, which that's the last of those. Let's see here. I got your whole pile right here, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah. We got the truffle shuffle, which is the white truffle cheese times garlic icing. I don't know why you wouldn't want those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the purple, or we got platinum peels in here too.
Platinum peels.
Yep. So that's the last of those. I think there's like 20 packs of those. We got platinum lines, Mad Tang, Gorilla Puff, Crunchy. I didn't send you the actual info yet, but don't worry, we got all this stuff.
Okay.
Crunchy, which says Chad on it, which I still owe you those anyways. We got Captain Icing, which is the crunch berries times garlic icing. Those are super gas. But yeah, I mean, I think there's, what else we got here? Oh, there's truffle icing, which is the Gorilla Butter F2 white truffle cut times garlic icing, the Turptastic, Venom Breath, Takeout. We got the Takeout. Which that shit's super special. That's the egg roll times meat breath.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we started with. And then if we do good enough on all this, guys, I'm going to reinvest all of the money into buying the old original stock with like the fucking lemon butters, the super lavender butters, the jack butter, the double butters, all that shit. I'd like to do a restock of that, but you know, I got to get the loot. I got to get the loot to buy it back. That's how it goes.
Yeah, hopefully we can do that. So
yeah, I think we are. I mean, I think we got a really good supporting cast. So.
All right, so yeah, you guys that are saying, you know, just look at the bottom scroll. That's all I'm going to say. That's all. Go take a look. Go take a look for yourselves. And what else do we have? I just grabbed a pack of platinum icing. I want one of the captain icing. Okay, grab the captain icing as well. As far as genetic diversity, do you think S1 and F1 are about the same when pheno hunting? Is the question.
No, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as diversity goes, you already know. If you're asking that question, you know that the F1 gives you the diversity.
Yeah, the S1 you're taking, you're selfing a plant, so
yeah. I mean, I mean, there's diversity in S1s, but we don't actually, but we don't really S1 anything. We do RBXs, you know, but we don't really believe in like reversing half a plant to pollinate itself. Seems weird. Too much going on there.
All right, so what's your top three? He said, what's your, you know what, you guys ask this to everybody. And
you guys ask this every time.
Every time. I have to laugh because think about how many strains he's created. I'm just saying. I could think of probably 50 out of the top of my head. And that's, you know, to narrow that shit down. You know, maybe I'm going to drop, but yeah.
I'm going to give a different answer this time.
Okay.
I fucking love all of these. This is the reason why dude, if I give you guys a plant, it's because I'm like, yo, that shit is fire. There's a million different varieties that are all super fire. Like, I love all of these plants, man. Like, this is a fire factory. This is not a mids factory, yo. Like, I mean, what do you want? I mean, my favorite at 3 p.m. could be different than my favorite at 9 p.m. They all have purposes. They all taste different. They all have different effects. They all serve me a different purpose in my life throughout the day. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I live minute by minute. So we got a bunch of badass shit that like fills those boxes for me throughout the day. And they'll do the same for you. So, like, I don't have a favorite. I love all of anything that comes out of Fresh Coast, anything that I'm willing to sell. Like, trust me, it's fucking fire.
There you go.
So that's my answer.
And that's definitely up there, though. That's the dopest dope. So the electric peanut butter cookie is definitely.
It really is. You know what I mean? But there's actual plants sitting right next to me, so we have to be careful about how I speak right now.
All right, here. Well, here they wanted to rephrase. Well, somebody decided to come up with a little different variation. What joint do you like with with a fish on the line? There you go.
Well, you know, cherries and fishing line don't mix. So I can't really fire up a joint when I've got a fish on. But prior to, you know, I really like mandarin butter. I really like blue moon. It just, once again, it just depends on where we're at and what my palate feels like. I mean, I take that back. I haven't created anything. These plants I've given them an environment to create with each other. And so there's opportunities across the board. When it comes to fishing, yeah, they're not wrong. Electric peanut butter cookie is the dopest dope. It is what it is. If I could smoke that all day, every day, I would.
So, okay, I think you just sort of said it. I think you just touched on that, but what's a good daytime get shit done strain? What up, Kanatai? Over there in Thailand. Shout out. What's up, brother? Hope you've been well.
What up? Oh, daytime shit. I don't know. Burnout's good. Mandarin butter is good. Strains that are not for me, like rainbow guava, is an absolute heater. You want to get shit done? That's the one. That is the most clear-headed, like high and get stuff done strain that I've ever come across. Don't smoke it past like 8 o'clock at night, or you'll never go to sleep. I don't know. A lot of the stuff that we do are polyhybrids, hybrids. So I can give you the leaners, like lunch money's very indica leaning. I don't know. Some of them are like heavy hitters, but I would say that all of them are really kind of daytime shit. It just depends on your body. Like, I don't know your cannabinoid system. Like, smoke it and you tell me what works for your day.
All right. So, Blue Ice F1, Oyster Soda, Venom Rolex, Tropical Royale, Clockwork Orange, Chocolate Rolex, Jolly Rancher, Frosted Melons, and then we got the Venom Breath, the Truffle Breath, and a couple other that keep in my mind. But go check the site. That's what you guys can go grab. And if you guys have any other questions, we're just about an hour right now. I was only planning on being here till about 10 o'clock tonight. So yeah, I am going to cut it here.
Hop on this shit, fam. Dark Star is the only way to get it.
Let's go. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to let Ross go. I've had him here for an hour. We had Josh an hour and a half. It's good to be back. I will see you guys next Wednesday night. If not, I'll see you guys Saturday night if you're on Instagram. Everybody stay safe. Much love. Hit up the site.
Let's go. Out of here. Appreciate y'all.
All right, brother.
All right, peace.
Peace. Good night.
Good night.